Hey guys, it's Olivia. I want to let you know that this is my first makeup tutorial. So I'm going to be recreating this look here. It's kind of got like a nice berry lip and some cool tones on the eyes. It's a full makeup routine, but anyways, this is a look. So if you are interested in learning how to recreate this, keep on watching. Okay, so getting started, I'm just priming my face with my Hourglass Primer mixed with a little bit of my Caudalie Tinted Moisturizer in the color Light. Now I'm going in with the Tarte Creaseless Concealer in the color Light, and I'm going to be applying that with my Crown Oval Concealer C224 brush. This brush came in my Ipsy bag, so some of you may recognize it. And I'm just going to go ahead and dab some of it off my hand and place that under my eyes to conceal some of my dark circles. And then after that, I'm just going to go ahead and apply that anywhere where I have any blemishes or any dark spots, just to kind of conceal those. And I just want to let you guys know that my hair gets crazy in this video. It just changes a million times, and at the end there's like a huge strand across my forehead that really bothers me. So for future videos I'm going to try to have my hair pulled back. But anyway, now I'm going in with the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer in the color Light. And this is just to highlight the parts of my face I want to bring forward. So a triangle under the eyes, down the front of my nose, in the center of my forehead, a little bit on the chin, and then I do like under my cheekbones, and then a little bit on the Cupid's bow. Okay, and now I'm taking my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This is in the color Cafe. And I'm just placing this in a couple areas where I want to contour, so along my cheekbones and right along my forehead hairline, and then down the bridge of my nose, and then around the tip of my nose, just to make the nose more slimming. So I am new to this type of contouring method. I usually stick to just powder, and I think I'm going to go back to that. Okay, now I'm going in with my beauty blender, and I'm just going to blend it all out and then keep explaining why I'm not too crazy about this. So I use powder foundation, as you'll see coming up. That's just what I find works best for my skin type and my oily skin. I have found a kind of foundation that does not make me break out. So applying the powder foundation after this cream contour kind of just masked the contour. So from now on, I don't think, and I definitely don't want to do cream and powder contour. I feel that's too heavy for me most days. So I think I'm going to eliminate this cream contouring method and just go ahead and go back to my powder method. You really don't want to put cream over powder. That's how you can start to look cakey. So that's why that's not really an option. But anyways, with the beauty blender, you just want to go ahead and like pad blot almost motion instead of rubbing. That's the best effect, and you want to dampen it first with a little bit of water. So once that's all blended out, I'm going in now with my foundation. Like I said, this is my favorite foundation. I've been using it for years. It is the bareMinerals Ready Foundation in the shade R170. And it does have SPF 20, so it gives you some protection. And I'm going ahead and applying this with my bareMinerals Heavenly Face brush. It's just a flat top, dense synthetic brush, so it really applies nice color with like even pigment. So as you can see, it's kind of covering up any of the contour that I had done. So that's why I go ahead and add powder contour later in this video. Usually I don't do both. I just wanted to redefine. So now I'm going in with my e.l.f. Mineral Powder Brush, and I'm just doing the same foundation on this brush, just in the tinier areas of my face, like under my eyes to set my concealer, in my T-zone, around my nose, and I do a little bit on my chin. think I have a booger right there or something. So that just helps get the little areas covered pretty well. Okay, so now the hair is up. It will change more. So I'm going in with my Pixi Beauty Bronzer in the color Summertime. This also came in my Ipsy bag. And I am applying this to contour with my bareMinerals Heavenly Blush Brush. So it's kind of like the brush I use to apply my foundation, just a smaller version. Again, flat top, very dense. So I'm just applying this bronzer along my cheekbones, around my hairline, under my jawline to create more of like a jaw contour. And then I'm going ahead with the same bronzer. I'm using just a random brush from Estee Lauder that my mom had to kind of contour my nose. I'm kind of in the process of finding some good contouring brushes, so bear with me. I'm just using what I have. So now I'm using my Colourpop Cosmetics blush. It's the Super Shock Cheek in the shade Fox, and I'm going to be applying that with my bareMinerals. It's a blush brush. I think it's called the Tapered Blush Brush. But anyways, this blush is a satin finish, and I find that the Colourpop Cosmetics blushes go on very lightly, so you really kind of have to build the color if you want a dramatic cheek. But they are really beautiful pigments. This is just kind of like a nice pinky color. And now I'm going to use my Makeup Forever HD powder with my e.l.f. stipple brush to set my makeup and just make sure that all of my contouring lines and foundation is all blended and set really nicely for the day. This will just help prevent oil and some creasing. And then I go ahead and I switch back to the e.l.f. mineral powder brush just to get the under eyes really well. I find that no matter what, my under eyes do crease a little bit during the day, but this definitely helps keep the concealer in place. So I had a little trouble with my eye primer, but I am going in with the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. And sometimes I do get a little bit lazy with my everyday look and I skip this step. I do notice though for sure when I do use the primer, my eyeshadows stay in place a lot longer and they just go on with more pigment. So I'm going to be using my Too Faced matte eyeshadow palette, and I'm just basing out my lids with the shade Velveteen Bunny, and I am using my bareMinerals, let's see, it's a full tapered shadow brush. So I'm kind of just doing my lids and my brow bone with that shade. It's just a cream matte shade. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my Estee Lauder. This is the Smoky Plums palette, and I'm taking the shade Ivory Slipper and I'm just placing that all along my lid. This is a satin finish eyeshadow, so it's kind of got a nice sheen to it, and I am applying this with just an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead now and pull out that Too Faced palette again, and I'm going to take the color Chinchilla, which is kind of like a taupey brown. So I'm just applying that shade to my brow bone with my Sephora brush. It's just a nice plush brush for blending the brow bone, and then to kind of just blend it out and make sure there's no harsh lines, I'm using my bareMinerals Heavenly Eyeshadow Buffing brush. And then I'm just doing the same thing to the other eye. That buffing brush is really great for blending. I definitely recommend that. And it just fell. So I'm using that Estee Lauder palette again, and I'm going in this time with the shade Tempting Mocha, and this is a shimmery shade. And I did wet the brush a little. It's just that same e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. And I wet it before applying the eyeshadow to it just to make the eyeshadow more pigmented, which I really like. It kind of brings out the shimmer a lot. So now I'm going to go back to my Too Faced palette and take the shade Pebble, which is like a really pretty gray bluish green. And I am taking my e.l.f. defining eye brush. It's got a nice angle to it, so it's great for the outer corner of the eye, which is exactly where I'm putting this shade. Just the outer corner, and then I kind of blend it up into the crease. So to get a nice straight line along like the wing shape, I use just like the edge of any product really like this. I don't really like to fuss with tape or makeup wipes. And you'll see it gives a really nice crisp line. And then I'm just going to go ahead and apply the pebble shade to the outer corner of my other eye as well. Okay, so now that my eyeshadow is complete, I'm going to go ahead and apply my mascara. And I use the Smashbox Eye Brightening Mascara. I really like this one. I don't find it to be clumpy. So it really grabs my lashes and extends the length of them. I wouldn't say it's the best for volume, however. But I do apply it to my upper and lower lash line. And then for my eyebrows, I'm just going to be kind of filling out the outer edges with my IT Cosmetics Brow Power Pencil. And this is in the shade Universal Taupe. And I received this in my Ipsy bag, so you guys may recognize this product as well. It has like a brush comb on the other end. So once I'm done outlining the brows, I go ahead and I fill them in with my Benefit Browsings kit. And I'm using the powder. There's a powder and a wax in the kit, so I'm using the powder in the shade Medium. And then I go ahead and I set my brows with the Benefit Gimme Brow in the shade Medium Deep. So now for the lips, I'm just going to outline my lips. I'm not going to overline them. Just want to give them a nice sharp outline. And so I'm using my Palladio lip pencil. And this is in the shade Chianti. And then I'm just going to go ahead when I'm done with that and apply my lipstick. And this is from Noya Cosmetics, the shade Deeply in Mauve. And I originally received this in my Ipsy bag and liked it so much that I went back and I ordered a full-size one from their website, and I love it. Super hydrating on the lips. Such a nice, pretty color. So for my highlight, I like to do this last. I'm going to apply it with my e.l.f. fan brush. This highlight is the Becca Cosmetics with Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop. I'm sure you guys know it. And I just apply this to the areas of my face that I want to add a little light to. So my cheekbones, the top of my cheekbones, above my eyebrows, my cupid's bow, and then on the bridge of my nose, and then at the tip of my nose. And I like to do my nose with my finger because you can just get a more precise line. And then I just go back with the fan brush and kind of brush it all out, just so that I don't have like a glob of sparkle. So to highlight my eyes and under the brow bone, I'm using my bareMinerals eye color in Queen Phyllis. And I just kind of place that in the inner tear duct of the eye and under the brow. I'm going ahead and curling my eyelashes. This is just a Maybelline lash curler, and then I'm brushing them out. So that is the finished product. I hope you guys like it. Super simple. Definitely learned a lot from this first tutorial, so I will apply those lessons to my next videos. Thank you. Alright guys, so thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe. I'm going to link all the products I use down below, and feel free to leave a comment if you have any questions. I am on Instagram, so I will link that as well. So yeah, it really means a lot to me that you guys are following my new channel. I really hope that this like takes off and goes somewhere. If you guys have any looks you want to see, or if you want to learn how to like contour or whatever specifically, just leave that in a comment down below and I will keep track of that and try to put out as many tutorials as I can. So thanks so much. Bye guys.